we bring you tonight into... And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. They've got Morris. He's out there with Porter. Jokic is out there with Aaron Gordon. It's Najee in at the 4 slot. And for Portland, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 roaming the paint. Now here is Morris. Can't get it to fall.
And you look at Robert Covington, first team all-defense in 2018, the kind of versatile stopper that every team in the league could use. Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board. And it's Gordon penetrating, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. And Covington may be not a star, but he's a winning player. We've seen that.
And the perfect example of that 3-and-D role player can guard 4 or 5 positions and can definitely sling it from outside. And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Lillard against Morris. From deep. And that's good. Damian Lillard for 3. Lillard's got 5.
Awesome form on the triple. Lillard with textbook technique.
Inside, Covington with the steal. There's Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Hollis-Jefferson with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Lillard misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Lillard. He has 5. The 17-footer. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
Well, you've got to be there defensively. I mean, that's an easy mid-range jumper that he'll typically drain.
Najee, good.
Boy, good vision that time from Michael Porter Jr. Saw the wide-open teammate and then got the pass to him right on time.
Lillard with it. Covington in the corner. Lillard against Morris. Lillard attacking. Good work defensively by Morris.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Nurkic with the steal. Passes to Canada. Porter with a block.
And, you know, as he learns the game at this level, he's going to block more shots. Porter has the length and the ability to move his feet.
Well, Greg, with your son getting drafted, you joined the ranks of some historic NBA father-son duo.
You know, I got the opportunity to play with Arvydas Sabonis in Portland and remember DeMontis as a little kid.
No
now
kidding.
He's an all-star last year. And, you know, I think you're going to have an influx of that in the coming years. Dwayne Wade's son's a terrific player. We know about LeBron's son's ability. He's possibly heading to the league one day. You just never know. I'm as a dad, it's going to get the opportunity to watch his son play excited, but I think we're going to see more of this in the future.
Cole and Greg Anthony. I like the way that sounds.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Outside Porter. Back to Jokic. And the pass to Harrison. Misses the layup. Portland leading. And now Portland on the break. McCollum with the ball. Anthony kicks to Giles. It's Jones on the wing. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Nikola Jokic. 1:12 left to play here in the first. Trail Blazers on D, leading by 5. And he goes in for the dunk.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Harrison. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Here's Porter. It's good. He scores. That's his first basket after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
Always good to see the young fella Porter Jr. outwork the opposition on the glass that time.
There's 31 seconds left here in the opening quarter. The Nuggets trail by 7. Outside Gordon. 20 seconds left in the first. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Just playing with poise and confidence. And they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
Here's Harrison. And that one drops for him. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Portland out in front, up. And before the game, we ran into Damian Lillard, who touched upon the...
What we've learned is staying together.
And Greg, of course, he helps keep everyone on the same page.
He communicates well with his teammates, and he listens. That's why they trust him. The discussions go both ways.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And from Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
We've got Yusuf Nurkic. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony. Then there's C.J. McCollum. And it's Simons in at the point. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Here's Simons. He's got 8. Kicks it to Jones. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Clock at 6.
And that's an element McCollum brings to their offense, the ability to drain the outside shot. It stretches the defense and makes them keep bodies on the perimeter.
Pass to Green. Pass to McGee. Bull with it. Over McCollum. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Bull.
And you see defenses trying to be physical with Bull. That time, contact on the shot had no effect.
Pass to Carmelo. It's McCollum on the wing, guarded by Green. McCollum against Green. The 10-footer. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
And no stranger to tough shots. A hand in his face, not a problem. McCollum, he's in his bag.
And that's an intentional foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Enes Kanter's checked in for Anthony. Robert Covington comes in for Derek Jones. Andre Hollis-Jefferson, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. And Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Trailblazers.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing that's been equally as effective is the fact that they've gotten out on the fast break. A lot of points coming in transition.
Lillard against Morris. Now here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Again, the Trailblazers score.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Now here is Morris. No points in the game yet for him.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
1:46 left in the first half, and they go to the intentional foul. Gordon's checked in for Denver. Porter comes in for Harrison. Here is Lillard. 7 points in the game. Here's Nurkic. Cantor trying to free himself up. Hits. Count that one from Nurkic. Nurkic has got the lead up to 11 now for Portland. Morris outside. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
And what an alley-oop. Those two read each other so well.
It's a play I'm sure they love to run.
And as the receiver, he doesn't feel the need to go for the monster finish that time. I mean, laying it up for the 2 points worked out just fine.
And it's Lillard missing.
You know, guys, you can tell he wants to contribute more, but his teammates have picked up the slack for him. That's what being on the team is all about.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
There's 49 seconds left now here in the second. Count it.
And boy, has he picked it up since the start of the second. His shots now starting to fall.
Now here is Morris. Here's Jokic. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 9. Here's Covington, and it's good for 2.
Oh, Covington really is fantastic at getting his arms high in the air when he's attempting a shot inside. Really gives the defense no chance to catch up to it or get to it.
Now Morris. Five to shoot. In the corner, it's Gordon. Back to Morris. Over Lillard. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And
hey, Kevin, thanks.
thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the...
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 11. Jack, how do you...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
So on the floor for Denver, Monte Morris is out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. Then there's Gordon. It's Najee in at the power forward. Nobody near Lillard. Hits the three-point bomb. Lillard's got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Trailblazers. The Nuggets trail by 14. Morris looking over the floor. And the call up against Jokic. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg, did you know when you were playing that you'd eventually want to call games, be in the broadcast table?
Kevin, no idea. I didn't have any clue. And quite honestly, didn't really think that there was a career that one could have in terms of broadcasting, you know, because cable was just kind of coming on as I was retiring. You didn't have your own network and the things that we take for granted now. So looking back on it, no, but boy, am I glad I did.
I am glad you did too. You probably don't remember this. Doc Rivers and I were doing a game. You came over to say hi to the two of us, went back out on the floor. Doc nudges me and said he'll be great in TV. We saw it then.
He's a good mind. The man knows what he's talking about.
Here's Najee, following the score by Damian Lillard. And Porter, here we go. Lays it up and banks it in. Porter's got his second basket of the night.
And he's got a great balance of knowing when to slash inside. Porter needs to keep being this aggressive on the drive.
Now here's Lillard. 14 points for him. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
On a nice little roll here to start this half, connecting on their first 3 attempts.
Morris into the lane, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
You know what, guys, honestly, I didn't think he'd win that battle. I mean, that's a lot of height to give up.
Now, here's Lillard. 16 points for him. And it's Monte Morris with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Giles the pass to Covington. Shot clock at 6. He doesn't hit that one. And the Nuggets going the other way.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And he gets the bucket. Bulls got his second basket of the game.
Yeah, inside, Bull does a great job just making subtle adjustments and utilizing that length.
And there's the pass to Hollis Jefferson. He kicks it to Covington. Cantor dishes to Covington. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Lillard outside. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, it's a misnomer that in the era of three-point shooting, people don't want anyone to take mid-range shots. Many of the league's elite players still thrive there. Kawhi Leonard is one, and he explained how. He said it's hard to defend guys that shoot twos. Once you get to the playoffs, it becomes a half-court game. Teams won't allow you to take wide-open shots or threes. Guys, back to you.
D.A., thank you. Now here's Hollis Jefferson. Portland again missing. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Portland. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Cantor. Derek Jones comes in for Robert. That was a strong dunk. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
59 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Porter. And there it is for him. Porter's got 6.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Out of bounds. Denver takes possession. And Portland making a change here. Nurkic is checked in. Jokic, he's checked in for Denver. Here's Here's Harrison.
Hit me, I'm open.
29 seconds left in the third. Pass to Jokic. And that one drops for him. And it's 7 points for Jokic.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
Here's Simons. He's got 8. And he drops in the layup off the glass. 10 points for him.
If you allow him to get that close, you deserve to get scored on.
Campazzo. A three-pointer off the mark. And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're feeling very confident, shooting the ball with great efficiency and dictating the pace. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store for us. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Portland, they've got McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Anthony. Then there's Derek Jones. And it's Simons in at the 1. Trailblazers leading by 9. Lillard scanning the floor. Passes it to Covington. Back to Lillard. Fires from the wing. Here's Giles. McGee with the block.
Boy, and the wingspan McGee has covers a lot of ground. Very useful for shot blocking. He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
The Nuggets trail by 12. Campazzo covered by Lillard. And he banks in the layup.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Hey, defense is taking a back burner, secondary on the marquee, but who doesn't love a game like this? Let's go. I like offense.
Cantor's shot is off. And here's Denver. Millsap kicks to Green. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Bol with it. He's against Cantor. And the dunk by Bol.
That's just too easy for Bol. Once he gets the right position, his focus there is on the finish.
Here's Lillard, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nurkic checked in for Harry Giles. Anthony comes in for Enes Kanter. Jones checked in for Robert Covington. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Rondé Hollis Jefferson. Campazzo. And he lays it straight in.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Trailblazers leading by 8. Lillard outside. JaVale McGee grabs the miss. Nuggets have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Morris inside, working on Nurkic. Tries again, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Jokic has great size and mobility. Very good at forcing the defense's hand and drawing the foul.
And Jokic drops them both. Here's Simons. Dishes it to McCollum. Kicks to Anthony. Back to McCollum. A 3-ball. And it's Anthony with the jam. And the Trailblazers lead by 8. And Morris has got the ball here for Denver. And they call an illegal screen here.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Bowles checked in. Here's McCollum. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And now it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
Nice touch there from McCollum. Looking comfortable and confident from that range.
Here's Morris. Jokic. It's good on the putback.
Way to work the glass. Buffet style. Second chance buckets. They can make a big difference.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're up by 8. We've got 1:48 left in the fourth quarter of this one. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Damian Lillard.
He deserves a lot of credit, but the D they played on him deserves a little bit of the blame as well. Even when he got hot, they didn't do enough, I don't think, to try and cool him off. And they've been passive when they've needed to be aggressive, and boy, did he make them pay.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, I love how we're shooting the basketball. You guys have been locked in from 3. Just keep taking makeable shots. If you don't have it, pass it to the guy who does. Kevin?
Haji, good.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Lillard with it from deep three-point range, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Lillard. And so here's Denver, trailing here by 8. Lillard against Morris. There's the pass to Najee. Jokic inside. And here's Nurkic. Lillard outside. 41 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Clock at 6. From deep. But they recover it. Cantor, the pass to Lillard. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
Boy, they've given their fans plenty to cheer about, that's for sure. Effort, skill, coaching, you name it, they've done it.
From deep. He's off on that one. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do. And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
And the Clippers starting five. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for Portland, we've got Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Nurkic is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Lillard in at the point guard position. Leonard with the ball. Kanter covers. And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Jackson, he's checked in for the Clippers. Leonard, no luck. Hollis-Jefferson with it. Kennard with the rebound.
And Doris, with Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, it's more than just stats. The guy is just so active when he's on the floor.
That's right, Greg. It's the hustle and the movement he plays with that are really the strengths. Only 6'6", but it feels like he can play above that size. Great energy guy to bring off the bench. And if you need him because of injuries or fill-in spots, he can start and be productive. Elite offensive rebounder from the moment he stepped between the lines. Enes Kanter, that is a strength of his game.
Zubac, the pass to Kennard. No good on the three. For Portland, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Hollis-Jefferson, good.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Zubac finds Morris. Kicks it out to Leonard. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Enes Kanter.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
Anthony's checked in for the Trailblazers. The shot by Lillard, wide open. That shot is off. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. A three from Leonard. Does not find the basket. His second miss. He's now 1 for 3. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field. Lillard surveying the D. The tray. Reggie Jackson with the rebound. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym. So he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to leave. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Morris. And that one, no good to start him off on the night. The Trailblazers have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter.
That's what you call filling the lane to perfection. Anthony with the quick hitting bucket.
And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They trail by 1. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. An absolute bomb from 3-point range.
And when Lillard's hitting the tray ball, it really opens things up for him. As good a passer as he is, he becomes a major headache for the D if he gets hot from beyond.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Harry Giles is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Little comes in for Robert Covington. McCollum's checked in for Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Paul George grabs the miss. Here's Beverley. And that one is off. Good D by McCollum. Anthony drives in. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Yeah, he's just so tough to contain. With Anthony, sometimes all you can do is send him to the free throw line.
The first one falls. Both free throws good from Anthony.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Beverly the pass to Cousins. Outside, George feeds away. Count that bucket.
This is one of Paul George's go-to shots. His confidence and ability to rise and fire quickly from the mid-range, crucial.
George against McCollum. Here's Anthony. And the rejection by Cousins. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. And stolen by Cousins. Here's George. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. George has got his second basket of the night. Pass to Simons. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Offensively, McCollum sees the floor well. Not surprised to see him spot the open teammate.
The deep three from George. That doesn't go either for George. And now Portland on the break. 4 seconds left. And McCollum with the layup.
Well, there's an unpredictability to his offensive game. He is always keeping the defense off balance.
Shoots the three, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Offense, the order of the day is the... Recently, we spoke with Patrick Beverly about his throwbacks.
Old school basketball, you know.
Now, pound for pound, Greg, Beverly may be the most physical player in the league.
And he also gets in your head. It's a combination that allows him to get stops against guys as big as Kevin Durant.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. Guys, what stands out from the Blazers so far?
Well, you come in thinking they're going to settle for perimeter jump shots. Think again.
They've certainly made the commitment to pounding the basketball into the painted area, and boy, is it paying dividends.
Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Batum is out there with Paul George. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. That's Rajon Rondo. And it's man in at the 2-guard position. Now here's Anthony. 6 on the shot clock. Makes it off the glass. Anthony's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Yeah, go figure is right. Here's Simons after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Over Rondo. That one rolling around and rims out. Clippers trail by 6. Up top, Cousins. The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Kicks it out to Jones. Here's Simons. Over Rondo. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
We are talking about a proficient, efficient scorer in Paul George. Go to work, sir.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Anthony. Robert Covington comes in for Jones. Andre Hollis Jefferson, he's checked in for Norman Powell. And Damian Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. Portland leading. Lillard outside. From deep three-point range, the long-distance three is buried. Lillard's got 6.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
George passes to Zubac. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Trailblazers leading by 4. And it's Hollis Jefferson with the jam.
We know this about Robert Covington. He is a team man first and foremost. Pretty pass.
George passes to Leonard. Back to George. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That is his first foul of the game. Kennard, he's checked in for George. A minute 20 left to play in the first half.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Leonard, the power on that. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And, guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video reviews showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Jackson kicks to Kennard. Poked away. Zubac against Nurkic. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's his first trip to the line.
And last season, he made good on about 3 out of every 4 free throw attempts. And last time I checked, I think that's 75%.
Norman Powell's checked in for Portland. And so Lillard will bring it up for Portland. Leonard with the steal. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Hollis Jefferson. The shot from the low post is good. Hollis Jefferson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
To me, Hollis Jefferson has tremendous length and someone who makes it very difficult to contest shots because of that length.
And it's Leonard missing. And oh, here we go. Covington's got it. The fast break chance. And finished off by Nurkic.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Leonard, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
That'll do it for the first half. Trailblazers lead by 6. And a chip. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. They had a 4-point advantage at the end of the period. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
And one would expect that the defense made some adjustments at halftime, but he has the ability to answer right back.
We've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2 spot. That's the group on the floor for Portland. And the foul called on Kawhi Leonard. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
And here's George. He's got 8, the 3. He scores his 5th field goal. He's taken 9 shots to get those 5.
I'll tell you, he'll take that all day, every day. I'm sure he was shocked to find himself that wide open.
Lillard against Leonard. Lillard the pass to Canner, and Canner throws it down.
Well, you have to be effective in the screen and roll game if you're a big man in today's NBA. Cantor, when he's rolling with purpose, look out.
Outside, George. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Leonard against Lillard. This one for 3, and the Trailblazers another 3.
Wow, what a start to this half. 3 for 3, dictating the pace on the offensive end. They're rolling early.
Now George, 14 points for him. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit. That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
So Portland ends up going with the new group.
And there is no better way to add to the lead.
Isn't that true, GA, especially when the slam is coming from the point guard?
That's got to be a little bit deflating to the defense, guys. Getting kicked when you're down. My goodness.
6 to shoot. Back to George. Over McCollum. And it's George again missing.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
Yep, that one goes. And now it's a 9-point Trailblazer lead. Looking at current NBA players, Greg, leaving aside the real star players, who would you love to have played with from this era?
I mean, there's so many guys that, you know, and I hate to call them role players because they bring so much more to the table. But in reality, they got to fill some roles, right? And, you know, John Collins is a guy who's got great potential, a tremendous finisher around the rim. How about Robert Covington, a smooth shooter who defends his tail off? Davis Bertans, a deadly floor spacer who can put the ball down and create and make plays. So there's so many guys like that in the league that make a difference in determining whether your team can win or lose.
Boy, those are 3 names I don't know that I would have mentioned, so I'm glad you did. Simons, the pass to Giles. Can't connect from short range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
The shot by George, no good.
And he saw the play develop, but the pass just wasn't there.
It was a really good thought for sure, but the lob has got to be better than that.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Giles. Derek Jones comes in for Little. And it's Powell in for C.J. McCollum. Now here's Beverly. He's tightly guarded. Trailblazers leading by 7. Here's Anthony. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Anthony's got 8.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Pass to Zubac. Here's Beverly. Lays it up off the glass.
Well, this guy's ability to attack and be aggressive. Patrick Beverly in the painted area.
Here's Simons. Dishes to Anthony. It's blocked. Now the Clippers moving it up. Batum leading the charge. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Patrick Beverly is the kind of competitor every team wants. Gets himself a trip to the free throw line.
Damian Lillard's checked in for Anthony Simons. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lillard from deep three-point land, and the Trailblazers another three.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Kennard against Jones. At the elbow, Batum. The pass to Oturu. Beverly for three. And the last second attempt doesn't fall.
How about the fast hands and lateral quickness of Norman?
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Rajon Rondo is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Morris in at the 5.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Hollis Jefferson. Lays it up and banks it in. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. Leonard with no one around. That three off the mark.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Zubac is checked in for the Clippers. Paul George comes in for Rajon Rondo.
Well, incredible improvement in Kawhi Leonard's jumper since he came into the league. Give credit to the time spent in San Antonio.
Here's Lillard. And contact on the shots. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Teron Lewis talk with the team. He told them you can do a lot of great things out there and still lose if you don't take care of the boards. I want to see more effort, gang rebounding, everyone involved. That was his only focus. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
Now, Paul George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot guy. Measures the shot before receiving the pass. It's hard to guard.
Leonard against Lillard. With the tip, there's Nurkic putting it right back in. And the Trailblazers lead by 11.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Cantor's checked in, passes it to George. And he comes up with the deuce.
What you love about Paul George is if he understands he's got his game in rhythm, he's going to stay aggressive.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Zubac. Luke Kennard comes in for George. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Reggie Jackson. Lillard against Leonard. Lillard, right side. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Morris. And Beverly kicks to Morris. A three from Leonard. The offensive rebound. Trailblazers leading by 9 to the inside. And there's Lillard on the assist from Enes Kanter. Lillard's got 12 points here in the second half. Los Angeles has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Leonard against Covington. Leonard, no luck. Portland's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. A minute 42 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Leonard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. To be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Cousins on the follow.
Let's remember that a 7'6" wingspan accompanies the frame of DeMarcus Cousins. Somebody might want to box him out.
We've got 1:13 left in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Leonard. Here's the three. It's hauled in by George. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 11-point game. Fires from deep. Portland grabs the miss. They're in good position here to ride it out.
Certainly. If they just play smart, this game's over.
Lillard with it. From deep. Portland again missing.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Nurkic dishes to Covington. Lillard from outside. And it's Lillard again missing. And here we go. Beverly heading to the hoop. A nice shot by George.
Well, I'll tell you this, if the defense collapses, if it makes a mistake momentarily, Beverly has the kind of basketball IQ to take advantage.
And so it's Portland winning this one. Some good. All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks. And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation. And they'll have some minutes to make up for with an injury in their roster.
Missing a valued contributor, that can be a challenge. We'll see how they answer the bell.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney Smith in at the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. And it's Covington in at the 3 slot. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Lillard the pass to Kanter. Lillard looking around. They get it back. Goes back up. And foul on the shot. So he'll get a chance at the line.
A coachable kid. Kanter uses that little up fake, causes the defender to overreact.
The Trailblazers shooting their initial free throws of the game right here.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And tonight, a battle between conference rivals. These teams, Brent, know each other very well.
There are very few surprises for either opponent tonight in this game, Kevin. I think they actually send Christmas cards to one another. They know each other that well. Who is going to execute when it matters? That's going to be the difference.
Now, here's Doncic. Good work there as it goes.
And with good length and athleticism, Doncic not only gets to the rim, but boy, can he finish.
The shot by Lillard, wide open. Here's Kanter. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And a better box out saves them 2 points there.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound in the possession.
Here's Doncic. Pass to Finney Smith. Back to Doncic. Now the pass to Kleba. He dishes it to Doncic. Just 2 to shoot. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. Trailblazers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Kanter throws it down.
And while not a huge leaper, Kanter does have enough length and athleticism to make a play like that simple.
Doncic feeling it out. Outside, Porzingis. Good. And the assist goes to Doncic.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult. And it was interesting how the Dallas franchise sold its fans on Doncic. Ownership told them, think of a 6'7" Steve Nash. Isn't quite the shooter Steve was, but is only a teenager. Great vision. Boy, he can really pass it. And it turns out Doncic is all of that and more.
His touch has left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And Dallas with a change here too. Hardaway's checked in. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first.
Come to me, come to me.
And even Nash himself called Doncic a cream prospect.
Yeah, it said Luka was big and mobile enough in the modern game, can guard multiple positions, has a skill set, a winning mentality, and those leadership qualities. Steve Nash sounding like a future GM.
Here's Doncic. The Blazers getting the bucket. Too long in the paint, and he's hit with a 3-second violation. The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the game. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that. That's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
The shot by Kleba, wide open, and it's off from three-point range. Here's Little, and the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
Don't want to be careless around Cauley-Stein. That's when he rises up and blocks shots away.
Dallas moving the ball around, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Dwight Powell's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Now here's Brunson. Passes to Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Powell, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. Trailblazers leading by 3. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. So for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter's checked in for Harry Giles. Derek Jones comes in for Little. And Norman Powell subbed in for McCollum. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
JJ doing a great job to draw the foul, wait for the contact while shooting.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And you look at his numbers from last year, 89% from the line, so hard to ask for much more than that. And at the line, it's all about consistency with him. His routine, his stroke, it never wavers.
Here's Simons. It's Jones on the wing. Here's Simons. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And Kanter throws it down. Now here's Brunson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Redick passes to Cauley Stein. Here's Brunson. Hardaway for 3. Here's Powell, and the dunk by Powell.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Powell kicks to Jones. With 1 on the clock, and that's the final possession with the nice defense right there. It's been all about Enes Kanter for Portland. Between his points and his rebound. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Yeah, they did a great job. Just the initial thrust of that attack as soon as they got the ball, constantly in transition.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Trey Burke. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Brunson in at the point guard position.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's Brunson after Enes Kanter's basket. Powell finds Cauley-Stein. Hardaway with it. 6 on the shot clock. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
And it's good. 2 points. Kanter's got the lead up to 6 now for the Trailblazers.
Like when his motor is running and he's playing with high levels of energy, Kanter is a monster on the offensive glass.
Hardaway passes to Brunson. Drills the three-pointer. Brunson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Trailblazers leading by 3. Pass to Lillard. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Back to Brunson. He kicks it to Burke. And it's a defensive 3-second violation. Greggy, we hear this a lot. It's almost too popular now to say good offense beats good defense. Being a defensive-minded player yourself, do you agree with that statement?
Absolutely, Kevin. And the thing is, in today's game, when I played, there was an era, you could hold teams in the 80s and 90s. You could go a quarter and keep them at 12, 15 points. You can't do that now. It's different. You've got to be able to win stretches of 2 and 3 minutes. And honestly, you're right. The offense does dictate far more, but it doesn't discount the importance of defense. And if you still look at the reigning champs and the teams that have won titles recently, that's still one area that they're consistent in, is their defensive approach.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his first foul for the Trailblazers. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Hollis Jefferson, and it's Derek Jones in for Robert Covington. The Mavericks also with a sub. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Trey Burke.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Doncic against Lillard, and it's Norman Powell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Simons, he's checked in for Lillard. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the Mavericks. McCollum with the ball. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Shot clock at 5. The shot's good.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
1:11 left in the first half. Here's Doncic. Chalk up 2 there. Doncic has got his second basket.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
It's McCollum with the drive. And he uses the glass on the layup. McCollum's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. 51 seconds left in the first half. And here is Doncic. Richardson outside. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. Here's Porzingis outside for Redick. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Sinks the three-pointer. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
Yeah, Redick more than happy to get off the ball that time and spot the open man.
Passed a little. 17 seconds left to play here in the half. And it's Whittle finishing it off.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Richardson gets a wide-open look. Another 3 for Dallas.
A good sense right there of Richardson understanding space and that he could get there. Nice pull-up.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Enes Kanter had no problems getting going. He had 12 points and 6.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. It's been a clinic so far from Enes Kanter.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Oh, man, pouring it on right now, and why wouldn't you?
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard. And it's Hollis Jefferson in at the two-guard spot. Doncic finds Porzingis. Richardson, that's a two-pointer. And it's Portland with the rebound.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
And really credit their advantage on the backboard. That's where the lead has been built, and that's why they are in control.
Doncic with it. Hollis Jefferson's there.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Hammering it in.
Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
And the pass to Kleba. Here's Finney Smith. He's covered by Kanter. And oh, here we go. Lillard's got it, the fast break chance. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and two shots coming up. It's on Luka Doncic.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
The Trailblazers shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game. I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back three, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Brunson, no good.
Yeah, they're going to try to search out for somebody that's got a hot hand right now. 1 of 4 to start the half.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Yeah, some of these nights you got to enjoy yourself. Not too much at the expense of the other team, but right now this team is balling.
And stolen by Lillard. Fast break, here they come. From deep three-point range, Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard from outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Burke dishes to Powell. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. And then for Dallas, Willie Cauley-Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. The Trailblazers on offense. This run now up to 13-2. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
And Nasir Little, a player who fell on draft day, ended up with Portland. You know, he didn't do much as a rookie, but the potential is there.
For Nasir Little, it's going to come down to the defensive end of the floor. If he can get minutes out there and show that he's willing to get down in the stance, become a stopper, some of that offense is going to come along as a byproduct of playing with better offensive players. We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Burke, the pass to Hardaway. We've got 1:13 left to play in the third. And then Hardaway with the dunk.
Woo, Tim Hardaway Jr. up and at it that time.
Blazers on offense. They're on a 15-6 run. McCollum deciding where to go with it to the paint. Giant. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around, keep it moving, try to get an assist on every bucket.
Down low. Tipped away. Stolen by McCollum. Here's the break, and here they go.
changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Burke, the pass to Cauley-Stein. And the wide open shot from Redick. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And here's McCollum for three. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Clock at 6. Beyond the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Knocked away. Here's Cauley-Stein. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
And so it's the Portland. And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. It's a 16-point game. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Maxi Kleber. J.J. Redick is out there with Doncic. Then there's Hardaway. And it's Cauley-Stein in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Shot clock at 6. Kleber, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
In the corner, Hollis Jefferson. Lets it go with a 3. It's rebounded by Doncic.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Hardaway dishes to Cauley-Stein. Pass to Kleber. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Now, Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard.
You know, he's usually very reliable from out there, but tonight it's just not going down.
Hardaway passes to Doncic. And Doncic throws it down.
So many different offenses that Tim Hardaway Jr. has played in, but he's trying to improve in his on-court awareness. A good show of it there.
Hollis Jefferson finds Lillard. Back to Hollis Jefferson. Shakes him. Kicks it out to Covington. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And Portland making a change here. Powell's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And Josh Richardson subbed in for J.J. Redick. A good look from Doncic. Kicks it out to Richardson. Pass to Doncic. Three-pointer. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And the shot is good.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Richardson for 3. Here's Kleber. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
A hard work on the offensive glass. You can see the coaching staff rise up and clap for that effort.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Here's Hollis Jefferson. Kicks to Lillard. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Richardson.
I think if I was coaching these guys right now, especially him, I'd tell him, you take one more 3-point shot, and we're going to have some conversations here side by side.
Guys, you never know what you'll see when you're watching Luka Doncic. His offensive creativity is through the roof.
Doncic against Lillard. He feeds it to Nurkic. Porzingis with the steal. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Doncic outside. Richardson finds Porzingis. Doncic outside. Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits.
And he can play the long-range game, the mid-range game. He takes it to the rack. Doncic is a versatile three-level scorer.
McCollum outside. 1:21 left to play here in the fourth. 6 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Back to Doncic. The pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. And the layup's good off the glass.
The defense tried, but Doncic gets through. Luka able to put a smooth release on the shot despite the contact.
McCollum against Doncic. Giles. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And the Trailblazers lead by 9. And Doncic, here we go.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Over to the wing. Now the dish to Doncic. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Anthony. Good on the first, and that trims the lead to 6.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Mavericks making a switch here. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Nicolo Melli comes in for Maxi Kleber. Trey Burks checked in for Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Incredible. Doncic decides he wants to take over, and that's his personality. He comes up with the goods on that one.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're in front by 3. 23 seconds left in the fourth. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Enes Kanter.
And his percentage from the field tonight seemed almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear Terry Stotts talk to his team during that timeout. He said, "This is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it." He really is fired up about this game.
Well, he has that ability, elevates his game in the clutch time. It's Lillard time. He's on point.
And so it's Portland winning this one. It was a feint. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it.
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
Over the land of the free.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. And a look at the status here of both teams, injured players, and who will not be in the lineup.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
The starters for the Portland Trail Blazers. We've got Yusuf Nurkic, Andre Hollis Jefferson out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Cantor in at the power forward position. And for Denver, we've got Aaron Gordon. Morris is out there with Porter. And it's Nikola Jokic. It's Najee in at the power forward.
And getting the offense started with a high-quality look down low. Well, you can't help but think of the dunk contest robbery with Aaron Gordon. Didn't receive max points on some of his dunks that clearly deserved it. Said he's done with the event after the last go. And I can't say I blame him.
He gets that one.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Pass to Covington. Cantor inside. And no good that time. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. And with the dunk contest and Aaron Gordon, some of the dunks he pulled off, Greg, were outstanding.
I mean, going over Taco Fall was the big one. The one-handed windmill was impressive as well. Gordon doesn't need a trophy. Everyone knows he's one of the best dunkers we've ever seen.
Lillard from deep three-point land. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Nuggets have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
They've been a more cohesive team over this stretch, and then that helps account for their lead.
Here is Lillard. Passes it to Covington. Will it go? Here's Nurkic. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, they were pretty tight to start this game. Started out with 4 straight misses. Maybe that one will get them going.
Morris outside. Back to Jokic. Great D that time from Nurkic.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he was 73% from the line a season ago, an average number in that regard.
Shaquille Harrison, he's checked in for Monte Morris. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Harry Giles is checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Carmelo Anthony comes in for Cantor. Powell, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. Jokic, no good.
I don't think the D does good enough here, but something causes the miss.
Here's Powell. And good that time. Teams have dynasties. The 90s, Michael Jordan. We've seen it over the many decades. Over the next decade, though, who do you think is going to lead the pack there?
Ooh, that's a great question. You know, with the way Father Time is treating LeBron, you might have to wait and see because he is still playing at such a high level. But, you know, obviously Giannis has got to be on the short list with the Bucks. For me, I really look at Luka in Dallas. I just feel like with Kristaps Porzingis, that duo could just be deadly with how the game is played. But don't sleep on the Celtics with Tatum and Brown and that group that they have, with the front office they have. Man, I think the league overall is going to be in great shape moving forward.
It sure seems that way.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. And that one's good by Porter.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
It's Powell on the wing. And that one is good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Gordon deciding where to go with it. Softly drops in the floater.
Not one to shy away from contact. It's all part of the toughness that Gordon brings to the table.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Jokic.
Yeah, easy call.
The Trailblazers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. A.J. McCollum, he's checked in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the basket by McCollum.
McCullough, he's a threat in transition. He excels at leaking out, and then he knows where to run in the open floor.
Kicks it to Millsap. For the 3, it's deflected, and we'll be back with you shortly. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership.
I think it comes from the...
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And the Nuggets, guys, what jumps out to you numbers-wise?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Old school approach. I mean, if you have a favorable matchup inside, just keep pounding it in there.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So on the floor for Denver. Morris is out there with Harrison. Then it's JaMychal Green. Then there's Paul Millsap. And it's McGee in at the center position. Back to Lillard from outside the arc. Harrison with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Got a piece of it. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Nuggets will retain possession.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And you can tell he feels he should have had it still. The hustle was impressive.
Cantor checked in for Nurkic. McGee, the pass to Harrison. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Just 5 to shoot. Millsap trying to get open. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 4 points this quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
But there are a few players in the league that can match McGee's athleticism. I mean, his whole career, he's been a class above with his speed and leaping. He'll make the most of it on both ends of the court.
Morris passes to McGee. Back to Morris. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for JaVale McGee. Free throw good from Morris.
And see, Webb, you mentioned it with JaVale McGee. His vertical is off the charts.
Oh, yeah, he can get to alley-oops, GA, that nobody else can. The length and bounce he has is jaw-dropping. I mean, same goes for his shot-blocking abilities when he times it up. I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him.
The pass to Gordon. Out to Morris. Back to Gordon. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And now here comes Jones leading the break, and that one drops.
And terrific floor awareness. I mean, it's obvious Covington has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
Morris looking over the floor. Now the feed to Green. Shoots over Covington. The Nuggets with another miss. For Portland, they've gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Oh, that was an impressive throwdown.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
Now Lillard, he has 6. Basket, good. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
His field goal percentage is creeping up there now. I mean, it wasn't pretty in the first quarter.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
And Portland making a change here. Giles checked in for Cantor. Anthony comes in for Jones. McCollum's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Lillard. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. .136 left to play here in the second quarter. McCollum against Gordon. To the middle. Here's Giles. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Well, that'll get you a pat on the back from your teammate McCollum. Unselfish and aware, picking out the perfect pass.
Now, here is Morris. T right on him. Porter passes to Najee. The kick out to Porter. Pass to Najee. Another shot. And Jokic lays it up and in. Jokic has got his second bucket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Simons surveying the D. The dish to Anthony. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 5 rebounds tonight. And it's Gordon missing. And Simons has got the ball here for the Portland Trail Blazers. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Morris outside. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Jokic. Banked in off the glass. Jokic has got 6.
Plays a rugged game down low. Jokic's toughness adds character to the identity of this team.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers.
Thanks a lot. Damian, you guys got off to a great start, but what is this team doing to give you problems?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Everybody, welcome back for our halftime show. Ernie Johnson, the first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50% in the period. That's something they can... That's all for now. Say good.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You know, when you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Here's who Jerry Stotts is starting the second half with. Ennis Cantor is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Nurkic in at the center.
And the athleticism Gordon has
poses so many problems for defenders, especially when he's looking to score from there.
And both free throws good for Gordon. Trailblazers leading by 4. Lillard outside. Passes it to Covington. Over Morris. Cantor trying to free himself up. Again, the Trailblazers score.
The strength of Covington, willing these shots in, despite the D being very aggressive with him.
Outside Gordon. The pass to Najee. He kicks to Morris. No good with the triple. For Portland, they've gone 3 of 3 from the field since halftime. Here's Hollis Jefferson, and he makes good on the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 8 now for Portland.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Morris against Lillard. Nurkic with the block.
A defensive anchor. I mean, you got to admire how Nurkic uses his wingspan to turn shots back. They needed that one. Maybe they'll get it going after 4 straight misses to start the half.
And Lillard kicks to Hollis Jefferson. Morris against Lillard. Dishes it to Cantor. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Strong finish by Cantor. The contact doesn't seem to affect his mechanics at all.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Portland ends up going with the new group. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. On the wing, Gordon. Shoots over Powell. And the basket by Gordon. Gordon's got 8 points.
An underrated part, really, of being a sick athlete like Gordon, body control. Used it there to keep the form on his shot.
Simons.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
What a performer this guy is. He relishes the chance to hammer it down.
Here's Harrison. Knocks it loose. Powell with the steal. And now Portland on the break. Here's Simons. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. And it's a 10-point Portland lead.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
The drive by Green. Anthony with the defensive effort. And here are the Trailblazers. They're on a 15-6 run.
Well, Melo made his way back into the league last season. He was immediately a heavy minutes player for the Blazers. Looked good as a third scoring option for the team.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
It's McCollum with the drive. Here's Giles. That one, no good. Nice D from Porter. The Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Gordon. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
An extremely well-conditioned athlete. Gordon is an effective option on fast break.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Down low. Here's Anthony. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA. The lead is what it is right now.
The coaching staff has to be upset. You can't give the opposition easy baskets like this.
Count the basket. Millsap's got his first 2 points.
Hey, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
McCollum outside. Yep, that one goes in there.
Now, you got to respect the intelligence of McCullough, a pro at utilizing the pick and roll. You can't let him get into a comfort zone.
Here's Harrison. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
One eye on the rim.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
Oh, beautiful feed. Always a luxury to have a big man who can see the whole floor.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. We've got Paul Millsap. Monte Morris is out there with Michael Porter. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. And Portland making a change here. Covington's checked in. Lillard outside. From deep. From beyond the arc and then some. And the Trailblazers lead by 7.
Now, his three-point shooting is an important part of his game. Lillard has to hit that shot all night if he wants to keep the D honest.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw. The Nuggets making a switch here. Jokic is checked in. Jokic draws the double. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Lillard from deep 3-point land. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Gordon. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Lillard finds Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Good work defensively by Morris. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Nuggets. To tie it up. Morris with the bucket. And this game is tied up now.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
And it's Lillard missing.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Najee, good.
You love how each side has risen to the challenge throughout this one.
Yeah, it seems like whenever one team scores, the other comes right back with a bucket of its own.
Lillard surveying the D. That one falls. Lillard's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Well, Lillard is used to getting pushed around. Got to admire how he muscles it in regardless.
Morris against Lillard. Morris passes to Jokic. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Lillard outside. Inside, Cantor. And Cantor throws it down.
Oh, the experience helping Cantor there. He doesn't shy away from taking big-time shots.
On the wing, Morris. Covered by Lillard. Morris against Lillard. Oh, that's offensive interference. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the 4th quarter. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. Oh, you got to like what Aaron Gordon has done in this game.
Oh, yeah, no question what they'll be talking about in this timeout. They need to figure out some way to slow him down.
And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. This is It's a close game, as you know, and he sounded extremely confident. He told the players, don't let up now, fellas. This is when we make our move, right now. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. Covington with the ball. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Back to Lillard. Lays it up off the glass. Now it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
That's why you give Lillard the rock. When it's an important possession, you know he's going to rise to the occasion.
And it's Rondé Hollis Jefferson with the foul. That's his first foul. Morris inside. Covered by Lillard. One-on-one fast break. Five to shoot. That one wide left.
Setup's good. That's the shot they're looking for, but you can't get them all to go.
Najee passes to Jokic. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
Lillard outside.
Lillard is known for being a clutch shooter. He's the guy they go to. He's the guy they believe in.
Here's Denver now.
Can't waste any time here.
But you're right. They desperately need a bucket, and every second matters.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Takes a three. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. I'll send it out.
Good evening, Kevin.
What a story. David, thank you. Looking now at the lineups for both teams tonight. Some names out of action.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. They've got Enes Kanter, Hyundai Hollis Jefferson out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the center. And for Los Angeles, Reggie Jackson out there with Paul George. Then it's Marcus Morris. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. So the Portland Trailblazers able to put the first points up on the board.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Lillard outside. That one drops for him.
The natural offensive talent of Lillard gives him incredible flexibility. And, boy, he can strike at any time.
George passes to Jackson. Outside, George fires for 3. It's not going to go for him. And it's Portland the other way.
The homecoming for Paul George, playing in L.A. with the Clippers. They gave up a king's ransom to OKC. 5 first-round picks and Danilo Gallinari and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
George with the ball. Takes the 3. And Kanter pulls it down. For Portland, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game.
And, guys, the Clippers were willing to give almost anything for PG because they basically got Kawhi Leonard in the deal as well.
And let's remember, GA, he could have been a Laker. They would have had to trade away the 2nd pick in the 2017 draft. That or Brandon Ingram. Their loss became the Clippers' game.
Now, here's George from deep 3-point range.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Nurkic trying to get open. Hollis Jefferson, good. Hollis Jefferson's got 6.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Here's George. Buries it down low.
With his great length and skill, Paul George has no trouble getting points in the paint.
Lillard surveying the D. They get it again. Kanter. There's the pass to Lillard. A putback. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. Here's McCollum. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. One-on-one fast break. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, you've always said to have a winning team, you need franchise players. Talk about the specific qualities you look for in those superstars that can catapult a team to greatness.
It's a great question, Kevin. Talent really isn't enough. You know, whether you lead vocally or by example, the agenda has to be winning, and your best players really define who your team is going to be. So the franchise caliber player is a much needed asset. Clearly a foul.
It's his first trip to the line. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Kennard, the bounce pass. And Cousins kicks to Kennard. 6 to shoot. Beverly dishes to Cousins. The layup off target. Trailblazers leading by 8. 3-on-3. A 3 from McCollum. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Some Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Oturu, the pass to Cousins. And the layup's good off the glass.
This is the look you want. High percentage. DeMarcus putting himself in a position to succeed.
Here's Simons, tended by Beverly, and the call on the shot sends him to the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game. And the first one drops. A different look now for Portland. Cantor comes in for Giles. And it's Derek Jones in for McCullough. 50 seconds left in the first quarter. And here's Beverly. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Kennard's shot is off. The Trailblazers shooting their fifth and sixth free throws of the game.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
And both free throws good for Anthony.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Pass to Cousins. Pass to Oturu. Now Beverly with the shot. Misses the baby hook. Here's Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
I'll tell you, this was their strategy coming in. They obviously identified a weakness there inside.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
Just barely too late and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Trailblazers. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for Portland guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. They've got Enes Kanter. Jones is out there with Anthony. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the 2 spot. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range.
Here's Beverly. Here's Cousins. And here's Morris for 3. He can't hit that time.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Here's Kennard. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Can't let Kennard get this close. Once you do, he's going up with it.
And so they foul intentionally. Both teams deciding to change it up. Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Leonard against Lillard. Here's Kanter. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, quick thinking, wins Dame assist. Finds the open man and the ball instantly there for the finish.
Here's George. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Kanter's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Covington, and the dunk by Covington.
Playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
And I just love it when the fast break results in a high percentage look. Not always the case these days.
From deep, George scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
One of George's main strengths, able to stretch the floor with his outside shooting.
Lillard against Leonard. Lillard attacking. It's good. Lillard's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
The reason why they've stayed aggressive, and they have not let up this entire night. And at this point, I wouldn't expect them to.
George finds Zubats. Outside for George. Just 5 on the clock. Changes up, and it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Morris.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Cantor trying to free himself up, and Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 9.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down. And at his peak, Reggie Jackson is one of the better guards in the league. He's still got that confidence.
Yes, he does. Injury slowed him down, but still able to create his shot anytime he wants.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Rondo comes in for Leonard. And contact on, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And here's George for 3. The rebound by Simons.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
The shot by Powell, no good. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Leonard in for Rajon Rondo. From deep, George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
The shot by Powell, no good.
That was excellent contest, preventing him from making something that's usually automatic.
The shot by George, no good.
He's doing what he can to help them cut into this lead. His shot just isn't quite there tonight.
The Trailblazers have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Clippers trail by 12. Outside Leonard. To the inside. And that one is good from Zubats.
And they repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's Simons. He kicks it to McCollum. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
George against Powell. Out to Morris. Clock at 6. From 6 feet. No good off the back of the rim.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
And the dunk by Powell.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. That one's in there. The Trailblazer lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Paul George.
Proving how.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. The 2K. Portland did not hesitate to set the pace. They did it just the way it was. And
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Paul George really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
I think both sides probably adjusted a few things. The key for him is to bring the same level of energy over these last 2 quarters.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And there's Jackson. Then it's Paul George. And it's Zubac in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And he's frustrated. That's a shot he can make in his sleep.
Lillard with no one around. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
He's been a big factor in their offense tonight, making shot after shot.
Jackson kicks to George. From the arc. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Shaky start to the half. Going 1 for 4. Still trying to find that groove.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Jackson dishes to George. Looking to get it going. He lays it in. George has got 12 in the game.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Leonard against Lillard. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Nurkic has got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
No good from Zubac. Trailblazers leading by 14. Hollis Jefferson passes to Lillard. And yes, it's good. He's got 15.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
This is what we talk about, value in each possession, avoiding those kinds of mistakes.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. How about that mobile 1 block we just saw? Amazing defensive work.
Determined to protect the lead with the all-out effort defensively. Superb anticipation on the block.
Anthony, the pass to Giant. No good on the shot, and it's the Clippers taking it the other way. Kennard on the wing. Man, great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Portland Trailblazers. Simons surveying the D. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Oh, big finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And Beverly kicks to Kennard. Passes it to Cousins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Cousins is clever. The defender has to do a better job of beating his man to the spot and maintaining position.
Trailblazers leading by 15. And the dunk by Powell.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Now, here's Cousins. Tight defense on him. And the layup is good. Cousins has got 7 points.
Nice find by Luke. Shows good vision in both half court and in transition.
Simons, the pass to Giles. 50 seconds left to play in the third. No good with the layup. Clippers trail by 15. Kennard kicks to Beverly. The pass to Cousins. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. The Trailblazers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Anthony, the pass to Simons. Trailblazers moving the ball around. To the paint. And stolen by Cousins. Pass to Beverly. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. He has 7.
I like seeing Patrick Beverly attack the interior. Sometimes he becomes too perimeter-oriented.
Pass to McCollum. To the inside. Giles. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. Beverly wide open. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Portland riding a 15-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
You know, it takes good vision and it takes good decision making right there. He showed both, and he did so at a very high level.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Portland, Derek Jones is out there with Nurkic. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Lillard in at the point. There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Passes to Zubac, feeds it to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Goes to the reverse layup and claps it in.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Now here's Hollis-Jefferson, defended by George. Here's Leonard. Hollis-Jefferson with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 15. Here's Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
Oh, he's putting on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. From deep, George, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Third 3 of the game for him, first in this half.
Now here's Hollis-Jefferson. Defense is right there. Inside. Here's Nurkic. Misses the layup. He had him with that bump fake. Clippers trail by 14. Here's Jackson. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
That is a powerful point guard right there. Reggie converting against very tight defense.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. Rondo comes in for Reggie Jackson. And Portland with a change here, too. Cantor's checked in. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Terry Stotts just went over his game plan with his team. He said, I want us to play as though we're behind. We're good when we play with urgency. We're bad when we become complacent. Don't become complacent. Let's go, guys.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Marcus Morris is checked in for Batum. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Rajon Rondo. Lillard against Leonard. Covington passes to Cantor. Yep, it counts.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
George finds Leonard. To the middle. Here's Zubac. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Efficient performance from him. Not the case for everyone else on his team.
It's Covington on the wing. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's foul number 2 for him. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Marcus Morris. Leonard against Lillard. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the rejection by Zubac. And it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Clippers trail by 12. And the pass to George. Zubac kicks to George. Shoots over Hollis Jefferson. The shot by George, no good. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Covington.
Careless turnover. You lose focus for even a moment in this league. That's the result.
The Clippers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. George passes to Cousins. Back to George. From the stripe. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got his 6th rebound on the night. And Zubac picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Lillard against Leonard. Lillard outside. Shot clock at 6.
You know what Kawhi brings to the table defensively. He can switch 1 through 5.
Beverly finds Leonard. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Trailblazers.
You know, it's tough to put your finger on the deciding factor in this one, but I'd say that the shooting accuracy made the difference.
Yeah, I think you're on point, Kevin. They got better looks, and that tends to lead to a better field goal percentage.
And we watched them all night long. No one could really stop them. Just another excellent game it was for Damian Lillard.
What was impressive to me, it felt like he made an impact in so many areas. Some of the effort won't show up in the stat sheet, but I noticed it.
And a deep 3 from Lillard. Gets a hand on it. It's hauled in by Zubac. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Offensive rebound. Outside for George. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Tries to keep it alive. Off target from 3-point range. Up the floor. Left side Covington. Back to Lillard. Fires the 3. It's hauled in by Paul George. And here's Leonard from 3. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very Kevin Harlan. DH.
Hey, Kevin.
It might indeed, David. Well said. Thank you for that report. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Enes Kanter is out there with Robert Covington. Then it's Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Lillard in at the point. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt. Yeah. And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
The Mavericks shooting their first free throw this game, and the technical free throw is good. And it's the Mavericks with the ball. It's a three-point game. Kleba kicks to Richardson. 6 on the shot clock. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Covington into the lane. And the dunk by Covington.
Nice recognition here by Robert Covington, seeing the lane to the bucket and pouncing on it immediately.
It's Richardson on the wing. Back to Doncic. And Kanter pulls it down.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Covington passes to Hollis-Jefferson. Lillard against Doncic. That one good for 2.
And for someone who spends most of his time on the perimeter, Lillard's a terrific finisher inside. His moves to the basket aren't tentative. They are strong.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Doncic. The shot by Kleba. Wide open. Here's Porzingis. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. There's Hollis-Jefferson. Oh!
Oh, man. Not many players in the league can play at that elevation. I mean, Hollis-Jefferson putting on the show. A high wire act.
Doncic looking it over. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Doncic showing you his ability to finish. I really respect his aggressiveness in taking it to the hoop and handling contact.
Doncic against Lillard. It's good.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Luka Doncic.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Simons, the pass to Giant. Here's Simons. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
And you know, guys, showing how dynamic a weapon he is for this offense, they feed off of that energy and ability to make plays. It gets them going.
Some nice passing here by Dallas. Brunson with a clean look. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. Trailblazers leading by 3. Here's McCollum. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Porzingis at the elbow. outside Hardaway. Powell inside. He's guarded by McCollum. Powell down low. Misses in close. Dallas has gone 0 of 4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. And the shot goes in.
And, you know, even with the defense on him, he does a nice job figuring out ways to get around him, and very confident when he's driving inside.
Simons, the pass to McCollum. Here's Simons. Richardson cover. Here's Giles. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And there's the pass to Burke. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's Simons. And the rejection by Cauley Stein. And so the first quarter is in the books. Trailblazers out in front. They lead by 6. Stay with us as we get set to bring you... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What stands out to you guys from the Trailblazers so far in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Dwight Powell. Then there's Trey Burke. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Cauley Stein in at center. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. Burke, the pass to Redick. Kicks it to Cauley Stein. Back to Redick. Outside Hardaway. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Powell. And Doncic is subbed in for Hardaway. Harry Giles is checked in for Portland. McCollum comes in for Derek Jones. And here's McCollum. Passes it to Giles. And stolen by Cauley Stein. Redick against Powell. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. And that goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cauley Stein.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
McCollum outside. And he drops in the layup off the glass. McCollum's got the lead up to 10 now for the Trailblazers.
And with that great handle and high basketball IQ, McCollum remains a lethal pick and roll option.
And Doncic, here we go, makes it off the glass.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy is a dangerous scorer.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. You know, Greg, we know there's some power finishers in the NBA like Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he complains a lot that he needs to sell contact rather than muscle through it. How do you evaluate those kind of power finishers in the game?
Well, I mean, there's still power will always play a role, especially when you can add in quickness and athleticism. And I think you start right there with Giannis. I mean, he's kind of epitomizes that. LeBron obviously is still in that category. And a guy like Kawhi Leonard, he can send you into the stanchion when he gets going downhill as well.
That one off the back iron and out.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Maxi Kleber. And it's Jip. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Zinkus, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein, and Josh Richardson subbed in for Trey Burke. Brunson the pass to Richardson. Here's Finney Smith, nailed from three-point land. Finney Smith's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Mavs. And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the Trailblazers.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
Well, the job of penetrating that they've done so far has really been excellent. I mean, they've done a nice job driving to the hoop effectively.
For Zingus, nice shot off that time, and it's Portland the other way. Here's Covington. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. And the Trailblazers lead by 13. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Out left to the wing for three. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
The Trailblazers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Pass to Canner. Tries from 10. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Over in the corner, Lillard. Over Brunson. The putback, and Cantor able to finish. Cantor's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Hollis Jefferson with it. And he banks in the layup. Hollis Jefferson's got the lead up to 14 now for the Trailblazers.
Boy, the explosiveness and ball handling of Hollis Jefferson on display there.
Doncic outside, launches it, but they'll get another chance. Lets the three fly. There it is, his third basket. He's taken 7 shots to get those 3. Here's Lillard. He has 6. The three-pointer is right on target. Lillard's got 9.
And that's Dame showing that competitive side. Loves a good duel, especially from range.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They lead by 14. Kenny, give us your take. And that'll...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. One guy who's getting it done is Lillard.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade. All fueled up for the second half. On the floor for Portland, we've got Damian Lillard. Enes Kanter is out there with Derek Jones. Then there's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2 guard. Back to Doncic. From downtown, they grabbed their own miss. Now the pass to Finney Smith. Dallas moving it around. And the 3 off target.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Down low. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Robert Covington's checked in for the Trailblazers.
You know, at this point of his career, Richardson knows his role, understands it, embraces it. He's a 3-and-D guy who gives you great effort at both ends of the court.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Here's Cantor. Reba defending. And another turnover here by Portland. A different look for Dallas. Powell, he's checked in for Porzingis. Redick comes in for Richardson. And Trey Burke subbed in for Luka Doncic. Defense doesn't get much better than the mobile one block we just saw on replay.
And that's what a team needs when they're trailing. Energy on D.
Kleba kicks to Redick. Here's Burke. Dallas again missing.
Just 1 for 4 from the field, not the way they wanted to start the second half.
To the inside, and stolen by Burke. Now here's Redick, the fast break opportunity. Offensive rebound. Puts up a 3. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Lillard looking around. 6 to shoot. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Burke. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Covington with the steal. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And it's blocked.
Like seeing Powell flex his muscle on the defensive end. Really good at timing his jump to block the shots.
Lillard with it. Hardaway picks him up. Count it. Lillard's got 15 points.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Hardaway, no good.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dallas. Richardson comes in for Burke. A different look now for Portland. Powell, the pass to Hardaway. To stop the run. Cauley-Stein dishes to Powell. Out to Hardaway. Pass to Richardson. 5 on the clock. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Trailblazers leading by 20. Here's McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 8 points for C.J. McCollum.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
Yeah, you said the key word there, balanced. I mean, their big lead owes as much to their defense as their offense.
The pass to Richardson. Hardaway with a wide open look. Drains it from beyond the arc.
Encouraging to see Hardaway Jr. knock it down from there, proving he can do damage from this area.
Here's Simons. Richardson covering. Passes it to Giles. To the paint. Here's Simons. And he uses the glass on the layup. Simons has got his second basket.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Back to Richardson. Redick passes to Cauley-Stein. Richardson gets a wide open look. Shot clock reset for Dallas. No good on that one. The Trailblazers have gotten 6 of their 7 shots to go down in this quarter. What a fantastic start to the half.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And the wide open shot from Redick. Offensive rebound Mavericks.
And the offensive rebounding really the story here today. Even with the big lead, they're still showing more hustle on the boards. You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the third. Brunson against Lillard. Anthony in the corner. Back to Lillard. Good if it goes. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trail Blazers. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Hey, that was a high-level pass no matter what position it came from. But it does make it stand out a little more when it's made by the big fella.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Luka Doncic, Jalen Brunson out there with Josh Richardson. And there's Porzingis, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 4. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Greg, you and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s?
Isn't that weird to even think that that's the case?
I know it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams and players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in a team, what that's got to feel like.
Edge of your seat, you're right.
Yeah, he's known for his finesse game, guys, but Porzingis showing you there. He's got some power to his game, too.
Here's Simons. McCollum outside. Clock at 6. There's the 3. They get it back. Giles. Pass to McCollum. Lets it go with the 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Porzingis has got 6 rebounds in the game. Pass to Finney-Smith. To the middle. Porzingis kicks to Finney-Smith. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And Brunson has it in the corner. Porzingis inside. Can't hit that one. Trailblazers leading by 21. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Giles the pass to Simons. The 3 from Anthony. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. Fires from deep. That shot no good. Now the Mavericks take it the other way.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Brunson the pass to Doncic. From deep. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And here's Anthony for 3. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Dallas making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. Mavericks trail by 21. Doncic outside. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for the Trailblazers.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
Clearly a careless pass. He got away with one there.
Looking to get back on track here. He takes it up and lays it in.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Lillard from deep three-point land sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. Lillard's got 21 in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on him. Boy, they dodged one there, guys. I mean, he got the wide open look that he wanted, just didn't knock it down.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Trailblazers.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Lillard.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. He gets it in there.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And a deep three from Lillard. The Trailblazers rebound. Kanter finds Nurkic. Lillard against Doncic. The Trailblazers with a new shot clock. From deep three-point range, and that's good. Damian Lillard for three. And the Trailblazers lead by 20. Out to the right wing. Doncic with it. Alice Jefferson's there.
Doncic doing a nice job showing you some sneaky explosion and athleticism on that throwdown.
Lillard fires away from way outside. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's